What's up, everyone? One of the most common questions that I get from beginners is, what kind of fertilizer do you use? And I've been hearing that question for a long time. So today we're going to go over a few kinds of organic fertilizer. You might be asking yourself what this tree has to do with organic fertilizer, but I thought I'd start with, instead of just showing you the fertilizer application, showing you the kind of tail end of what happens when you use organic fertilizer. This tree, it belongs to a client of mine, and as you can see, it has some weeds in it. Weeds are not necessarily a product of organic fertilizer. They can happen whether you use inorganic fertilizer, salt-based fertilizer, or organic-based fertilizer. But the residue of organic fertilizer, so the mechanism, the way that organic fertilizer works is it is leftover organic matter. So that might be composted pieces of fish that are left over from the fish industry, or feathers, or cottonseed meal that is left over from cotton growing and then ground up. These are all organic products. We don't mean organic like the food that you eat is organic because it lacks pesticides or something like that. So organic fertilizer is not necessarily grown organically or produced organically. It is a different meaning of the word organic, and maybe somebody should have chosen a different word. The residues are ground up into powders and sometimes pelletized and come in a number of different forms. You would then add that powder or pellet type fertilizer to the surface of your bonsai pot. And as it breaks down, it will kind of incorporate itself into the soil. And this crust that I just pried up with my tweezers here is kind of the result of the degradation of that organic matter. So it's kind of broken down, it's decomposed, and that's exactly what you want to see. If the fertilizer just kind of sits on the surface and doesn't decompose, that means that the microbial action that you need in order to make the nutrients available to the plant is not really happening very well. You should see over the course of like 4 to 6 weeks, as you repeatedly water the fertilizer, you should see it breaking down. If that's not happening, you might look into supplementing with some organic inoculants, soil bacteria, mycorrhiza, those kinds of things, in order to encourage the organic soil or organic fertilizer to break down and release nutrients into the soil. The organic matter, as it breaks down, releasing nutrients, it's feeding those microbes, and so the two things kind of go together. If you exclusively use a mineral-based fertilizer, you're probably not going to have as much microbial action in your bonsai soil as you might if you use organic fertilizer. So let me go ahead and do what is normally done in the fall, which is in Japan called Soji, S-O-J-I, and that is top scraping of the soil. All right, so Soji is basically a simple process where you take something like a bent nose tweezer and scrape off all the organic matter, whether that's weeds or fertilizer residue or moss or anything else on the surface of the soil. So what you're trying to do is ensure that the water and air penetration into the soil is maintained. All right, so to make this more clear illustratively, I took this out of that larger container, and this crust is really what I'm after. So I'm going to start at the nabari and kind of scrape outward towards the rim of the pot and go around and remove, in this case, probably about a ½ inch of soil. That's because in that top ½ inch of soil will be the majority of the broken down remains of organic matter. And by doing this and then replacing the topsoil in the pot with fresh bonsai soil, I am allowing more air penetration and even water distribution. And if you don't do this on a regular basis and you're using organic fertilizer, you are potentially going to build up enough residue that the water will not flow evenly into all of the different parts of the pot. So you might end up with a dry pocket of soil under the middle of the root ball, or a dry pocket of soil on one side or the other, which particularly with junipers, but really with any bonsai, could then lead to stress because some roots are remaining too dry while others are remaining too wet, based on the water when you water it just going down through a section that has better drainage while other sections are plugged up with that organic matter. So this is just sifted bonsai soil, and I'm just going to replace the soil that I removed. And that is top scraping to remove organic fertilizer residue, usually performed in the fall, but you can actually do it anytime you have some sort of a drainage problem. Make sure you pay attention when you're using organic fertilizer, because it might happen more quickly than you might imagine. I went online and to a couple of stores and picked up a few different kinds of organic fertilizer that we can talk about today. So in the San Francisco Bay Area, there's this brand called EB Stone Organics, and they produce a lot of these blends of fertilizer, and they have a lot of different names. But the key thing here is that they're all like around 555 or 46, or 6, 4, or 5, or something like that. So these numbers represent the percentage by weight of that particular element. So this has 5% by weight nitrogen, 5% by weight phosphate, and 5% by weight potassium. Then there's calcium and sulfur is also listed. Calcium is kind of like the fourth number that's really important. And it also lists what it's derived from. So in this case, blood meal, feather meal, bone meal, dried chicken manure, bat guano, alfalfa, kelp meal, and potassium sulfate. So these are all kind of typical ingredients that you'll see in an actual organic fertilizer. If you go looking for organic fertilizer, look at the label, see what it's actually composed of, and use that to judge. But then that's not the only thing that you have to pay attention to. So this particular one, and I've seen a fair number of other brands that are similar, is basically a powder. So if I take a little bit and dump it out into this soil scoop for illustration purposes, it's a powder form, and that powder has all of those different components in it. To apply this to the soil, the simplest thing to do with your tree is literally just sort of make a pile of the fertilizer. And I would say making a pile here is better than spreading it out evenly. But the problem with this is that when you try to wet it down, it in this form that it's in right now, can kind of shed water for a while. So you might have to water it and then let it sit for a little while, and then water it a few more times in order to get that organic mode going, to get the decomposition going, so that the nutrients are actually released into the soil. This fertilizer for a 4-pound box costs about $10. So it is very inexpensive to use, and generally speaking, similar in properties to other organic fertilizers. Some of the downsides of this specifically are it can attract animals, which is common with many types of organic fertilizer. So if you see rodents going after it, eating it, particularly rats in urban areas can be problematic, then you might need to switch to a different type of fertilizer, because if it doesn't break down and just ends up in the stomach of a rat, it's not doing your plant any good. Next up, I have two kinds of Japanese fertilizer that are imported into the United States and consequently significantly more expensive. This 10-ounce container, in each case, of the Biogold, I believe, is maybe $15 for 10 ounces, and this was maybe $12 or something like that for 10 ounces. So if you only have a few trees, it doesn't represent too much of a cost. These, the difference here is that these fertilizers are fermented prior to being turned into fertilizer, which makes them a little bit less attractive to animals, and also a little bit less problematic in terms of odors. So this one is like a tiny little pellet, kind of like the consistency of teeny tiny wood chips. And you would do the same thing as you did with the powder and just make like a little kind of pile of it there, and that will start to break down over time. The Biogold comes in sort of a rounded triangular pellet, and it's a really popular fertilizer for bonsai because it is well known, well understood, and the breakdown process is relatively predictable, and it can actually inform you a little bit about what your soil microbes look like. So the pellets are actually triangular in shape, which makes it so that they don't roll off sloped parts of the root ball quite as easily. That's actually a perfect example right there. And you can just make like a small pile of them on the tree in order to start the fertilizer process. And then every time you water, make sure you wet down these types of fertilizers to help them break down. And the appearance of these will change over time as they break down. That's your indication that those fertilizers are working. The last kind of organic fertilizer I'm going to talk about today is fish emulsion. So fish emulsion is a relatively inexpensive, relatively easy to find. I think this bottle is like $9 where I got it, and it is a good fertilizer, and because it's basically fermented fish byproduct, it has properties that are really beneficial to plant growth. Now, the downsides of fish emulsion are that it smells bad. So if you happen to be growing plants indoors or near a window where you don't want to be smelling it, then you probably want to steer clear of something like a fish emulsion product. But it can also be used as part of a larger fertilizing regimen. What I tend to do is recommend liquid organic fertilizer to people who have problems with rodents. So if you are trying organic fertilizers and you're having problems with rodents stealing the fertilizer, basically eating it in the middle of the night or whatnot, then switching to a liquid organic fertilizer can be a good strategy in order to avoid that kind of a problematic situation. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have a particularly great kind of organic fertilizer that you use and you want to share it with everyone, put it in the comments below, and we'll see you guys next time.